I'm learning this lesson more and more the hard way, which is nothing replaces the hard work. But the cool thing is with doing the hard work is that it does pay off. And I wanted to kind of give some cool examples that have happened in my life, but also just in friends' lives recently about the hard work paying off and just kind of what doing the work can kind of create. My name is Isham. I'm a filmmaker and photographer. I've done over 1 billion views online, and recently I've made 13 short films in the last 3 months. This is such a minor thing, but it's kind of just a testament to doing the work. So I've been putting out these vlogs, and I've been really focusing them about me being a filmmaker and the journey I'm going through. And because of that, a buddy of mine who's a DP reached out, was like, hey, we should talk, we should collab. Would love to do something with you. And this is the guy who I had reached out to before and had talked to, and I was friends with him, but because I was doing the work of putting out the videos, I didn't know he was watching them, but because of those videos in particular, he reached out and we were able to work together and create a short film together. And it's one of those interesting things. Again, you don't know who's seeing your content. You don't know who's seeing your arts. You gotta put it out there. The next kind of interesting story was that my wife and I recently went to a studio called Jam Movement. It's like a stunt school out here in Los Angeles. And wasn't really expecting to network or whatnot. We were just kind of going out there because both of us want to learn stunts. Both of us want to do action movies. So we were just, hey, let's get our feet wet. Let's just kind of be in the space where that type of work occurs. Sure, there might be individuals who do stunts out there, and we're like, maybe we network, but we weren't going out there to network, we were going out there to train. While we were there, me being me, I strike up a conversation with someone, and he kind of helps us out, gives us some tips here and there, which was really nice of him, and it was kind of cool. And when we left, I was like, oh, let me get your Instagram. And I was like, okay, this might be a guy that, end up building a relationship, end up maybe shooting something with, maybe not, who knows. But a friend is always good. As we were driving to shoot one of our most recent short films, just at a park near our house, where we start shooting, we're unloading and everything like that, and lo and behold, who walks by us out of all random places and all random people is that guy we literally met a few days prior at the stunt school. And we end up getting to chatting. He's shooting with a friend of his who's a VFX artist who I then end up linking up with. And it really goes to show, it's like you are 6 degrees of separation. But it's doing the hard work, which is just getting out there, putting yourself out there and being willing to do your art and share your art and get out of your house and get out of your comfort zone, or get out of whatever space you might be in, is that you need to expand. If you want to take your art to the next level, that's what you really have to do. And the final story on really putting in the work and it'll pay off as you keep going is recently my buddies were at the park, at a different park, ironically, shooting some content. They do sketch comedy videos on Instagram, TikTok, and whatnot, and they're hustling on that game. And they've been, just consistently putting out content, and it gets views. They recently had a video that went viral, got 1 million views, and it's great. So they were filming their next round of content at the park, and there's 2 sides of the story, which is kind of cool. It's like there's their side and the other side of this individual who they ended up shooting some content with. But the story goes as they saw some, young girls and selling homemade cookies and lemonade and bought some of that. As they were filming, they were kind of wrapping up their day. They saw a large gentleman who was sitting on the bench and just kind of hanging out. Turns out it was The Rock. Lo and behold, they didn't even know that those 2 girls selling cookies and lemonade were The Rock's young daughters. And those girls had told The Rock that this group of guys and girls had bought all their cookies and lemonade, which created a great goodwill with The Rock. And one of my buddies ended up mustering up the courage to go over to him and saying that he's a fan, that he admires what he does, that he's an actor. And The Rock asked him, what is he doing here? And he said he was just shooting some sketch comedy with some friends of his. And he said, and The Rock was like, oh, right on. You want to do a sketch together? I mean, you can't get better than that. The Rock originating himself, I'd love to do some sketch comedy with you. So the guy said yes, and he said, great, you have 2 minutes. So The Rock came over to his friends, and within 2 minutes, they came up with a sketch and shot it, and it made their day. Cut forward 6 hours later, The Rock reposted it to his own Instagram. And it's got, so far, in a few days, it's now got millions of views. There's a great saying, opportunity meets luck plus preparation. Luck equals whatever, or something like that. And it really goes to show, it's like, if they hadn't been consistently making videos, if they hadn't been at that park, if they hadn't met those girls and hadn't bought those cookies and lemonade from them, who knows what would have happened. The reason I tell this story and these other stories is you never know who you meet, and what you do will lead to the next thing as an artist. And it really goes to show, is like, you just have to do your art and keep getting outside of your comfort zone, keep getting outside of your house, and be willing to talk to new people, be willing to go out into the environment where other artists are. It makes all the difference. It'll give you the opportunities to work with bigger and bigger people. Like, you never know, you might end up doing a sketch video with The Rock. So, go make some art, go out there and meet new people, and just keep making your art and keep putting it out there.